Well, welcome back to another Inside Lansing, where I'm here with Sharon Desjardins, Senior Superintendent of the Park District, the Lan-Oak Park District.
Lan-Oak Park District.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the Park District. I think one of the first big things is people kind of know you guys just take care of the parks, but you guys do a lot more than just that, right?
Well, we take care of the parks. A lot of people don't know that we have a community center that's owned by the taxpayers, 60,000 square feet. It's got a preschool, a gymnastics gym, a full-service fitness center with an indoor pool. And we get people every day that say, oh, I didn't even know this was here. So that's a big part of what we do. And some of our parks require a little bit more, like the dog park we just opened. It's actually a facility that's a little bit more than just mowing the lawn. So we actually have quite a few things. Pickleball courts, tennis courts, picnic shelters that people can rent for parties. There's a lot going on.
So yeah, immediately, I mean, I can see that there's a lot more going on. Mm-hmm. How does somebody like filter through all this? Like, how would they know what's available, where, and when?
Our program brochure comes out 3 times a year. It's got it all. It's got a whole page about the dog park. It's got shelters for rent, rooms for rent, everything about the community center and the fitness center. It's coming out again on or before April 20th. It'll be at the post office, and it's also online.
Let's talk about the dog park. The dog park's probably one of the big
It's new
things.
and it's popular. It was a popular idea.
Why did you guys want to go along and make it?
We've actually done 3 surveys in the last 10 years. In all 3 of those surveys, a dog park hit in the top 3 wants of the community. You can't ignore that because what we do is what the community wants. So there's a dog park. And it's pretty cool. It's about an acre. It's got separate areas for big dogs and small dogs. It's a computerized entry, so you have to have a membership. The reason for that is we want to make sure everybody in there has had their vaccinations and their shots and that everybody's safe.
It's good.
It is.
You're always
it's
concerned
really
about
good.
the safety people and everything. I have been by the park. I've seen it. It's great. And I think a lot of people should probably take advantage of it if they can, right?
Yeah, and now is a busy time for the dog park. It's spring. People don't realize that their membership will go for a full year. And if you have another winter like we just had, you're going to be out there quite a bit in the winter too. But it's spring, so they're thinking about getting outside and they're starting to come in and get their memberships.
And if they just come in to the...
They just come into the Eisenhower Center.
Okay, and just
it can't be done online because of the vaccination records that we need. So they just have to come into the Eisenhower Center. It's $50 for one dog, additional $30 for a second dog.
Okay, so not too bad. Is that for the year?
That's for a full year.
Just re-up every year?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you also said that you have pickleball courts, and I know like one thing that recently, like very recently, that's still maybe under construction is you have like a park now where you can use an app from online from like your phone?
3 years ago, our park board said we want to create what's called destination parks. Now, what that means is your average park in a neighborhood is going to have a playground. It might have one additional amenity, something common like a basketball court. Our board said, what if we were to put something unique in several of our parks where you could drive around the community and get a lot of different things? So our destination parks, the first one we did was Lions Park, which is now Copper Muggers Park. It's been renamed. It had our first pickleball court. The pickleball court is very popular. In fact, we're thinking of building another one. It's so busy all the time. The second destination park we did was Van Layton, which has Story Walk. It's a pathway that children can walk and read a book as they go through it. So it combines reading and exercise, and then it has a whimsical storybook-themed playground to go with it. I know, cool, right?
Yeah.
Rotary Park just had its tennis courts redone, so that's our destination for tennis. We have Winterhoff Park, which is right downtown, just got some musical instruments that look like playground equipment, and they're super fun. Have you been there?
No, I have not.
Well, you need to go there because that's like so cool. And then the one that you mentioned is under construction right now, as we're speaking. It's Oakley Park, and it's going to have our first interactive app for smartphones. There's a sign out there that tells you how to use it. They're free on Google Play, and there's several different games that we're told will change. The program's called BIBA, B-I-B-A, and then there are markers put throughout the playground that the games will lead you to. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's our first time. We're going to see how it goes, and if it goes well, we're going to put in a few more.
Wow. So we have such great parks in town, such great amenities. How could somebody maybe can they rent space there for like a party or something like that?
Yes, and they do a lot. Our parks are pretty much packed in the summer. Usually by May, some parks are completely booked for the whole summer. And there are 7 different park shelters. The fee is $50 for use and a $100 damage deposit that you get back if all the rules are followed and there's no damage. And you get the park shelter from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on your day. And we have a lot of parties in our parks. We have baby showers, birthday parties, family reunions are huge.
So they come to you, and people, if they want to maybe, put a reserve on it, they come to you?
They can go to our brochure and see where the park shelters are. They can come into our building to reserve them. It isn't done online because within minutes your date could be gone. So
Right.
you have to come in and do it. You can call first to see if your date and your shelter are available.
So a couple other things people might not know about, smaller things or information they might know is you have a little library.
Yes, several years ago, the Park District put what's called a little free library. It's a little wooden house down at the Park Plaza where people can drop off books and you can go and check out a book and maybe leave a book, and it's all free. We decided when we did Van Layton Park, the one I was telling you about was
Yes.
Storywalk, that it would be nice to have a second one for children's books. So that's at Van Layton Park at the Storywalk amenity.
So, and I mean, there's so many things already that you've just said, and we filled up the
Right.
whole spot here. But a few other things that people probably don't know is that you guys run the 4th of July every year. The Grand
4th
Ole
of July is huge. It's a big event. You've been there many times.
Yes.
It's a big event. This year we'll have probably 3 mechanical rides, a bunch of games for kids to play, a bounce house, a live band, food vendors, and then obviously the fireworks at
fireworks,
9:30. Big deal.
And you do have a lot of people come out for that every
We
year.
do. It's packed. It's not usually packed at 5 o'clock when we open. As we get closer to the fireworks, more people come out. And I kind of wish they wouldn't do that because there's a lot to do. Like I said, there's a band, there's mechanical rides, there's a lot to do. And we don't start it till 5 o'clock, so you can do your family barbecue during the day and then come out and do
So you hear
fireworks
that
with
here
us.
is that you can go ahead and do your regular stuff during the day, but come by 5. Don't come at 9. Come by 5,
No.
and there's a lot
Plus,
to do there.
people complain they can't get a parking space. Because so many people come out for the fireworks. If you come at 9, you're going to be parking several blocks away.
Right.
So it's a good idea to come early. Our fireworks are done by Melrose Pyrotechnics. They're the same people that do Navy Pier. So that's a big deal that's coming up. The other one in just a couple weeks is April 20th is the Easter egg hunt in Lan-Oak Park, and that's a big event too. We get quite a few people for that. And it starts promptly. It's free. It starts promptly at 10 a.m. And we mean promptly at 10 a.m. because the candy's gone in minutes.
It is. I've been there. Everybody just swarms.
They just swarm, and all the candy's gone within a couple minutes. So that's the other big event we have coming up. Last year, we started a new event, which was Movies in the Park in several different neighborhood parks, and we're repeating it. It was very popular last year. So this year, it'll be 5 different parks, 5 different movies, and you can travel to all of them, and there'll be one probably in your neighborhood.
Well, that's great.
It is. It's really fun. It's a good event.
So Sharon, let me ask you as superintendent,
Okay.
what does your role entail? What do you have to do on a day-to-day or monthly basis?
The biggest thing I do is planning, which means a year out or 2 years out, I'm going to decide what amenities we're going to put in the parks, make sure we have the money to do it, budget it properly, and do all the planning up to actual construction, in addition to running the day-to-day of the park district. But the biggest thing is the planning. Once I'm done planning it, bids are drawn and we're ready to go, it gets handed over to our Superintendent of Parks and Maintenance, Michelle Havron, who supervises the work.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest thing because in the last 3 years, we've done a lot of work in the parks. We've put in 5 playgrounds, we've renovated 7 shelters, and we've put in a bunch of those destination amenities. So we're busy, and we're going to be busy again this year.
And again, as superintendent, what do you look forward to in the next couple of years? What can we look forward to?
We're really excited about finishing up what we've started with the parks. We're getting close to done with updating all the parks, getting everything fresh and new and usable for our patrons. And we're super excited about Bach Park, which is where the dog park is, because we have a lot more planned for Bach Park. We're hoping to be able to do it in the next couple of years. And we're starting to look at a design for the Park Plaza downtown by the clock tower.
If anybody wants to get a hold of you or somebody wants, even what are you looking for from the community? What would you like to hear from them?
We want to hear ideas. The musical instruments that just got put in at Winterhoff Park, that was a resident coming to us. Her name is Karen Adams. You know her
Yes.
because you've interviewed her. She's one of our board members now. And she said that she came to the park district and asked if she could have musical instruments in a park. And because we were so welcoming and because we did it, based on just her suggestion, she wanted to be part of the Park District, and that's why she ran for our board. We're excited to welcome her, and I want to hear every idea, because we truly want to be as varied as we can. We want to address all interests, everyone's interests. We want everybody to find something that they're interested in a park.
Well, Sharon, I'm sure we could sit here all day and
We
talk
could.
about the Park District, but we have a limited amount of time. And I mean, you hear it here first. Come to the Park District.
Yeah.
Give your ideas to Sharon and the crew, and they'll make them happen.
We'll try.
Yeah,
We'll try.
We'll try. So, again, I'd like to thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of our shows, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.